All right, my friends, how are you today? Aaron here, bringing you your daily horoscope for March 21st, 2020. It is Saturday. We've got the moon in the later degrees of Aquarius, and it's moving into Pisces. To do what? To meet up with Mercury, right? At 3 degrees of Pisces. We've got the sun at first degree of Aries, all right? So Friday was our first day of the sun in Aries, and we're continuing that process moving forward, connecting with Chiron here throughout the next week. This conjunction to Chiron, Chiron's at 5 degrees right now, so every single day leading up to this, we're dealing with, well, one, let's just look at the sun, right? The sun is a representation of ourselves. We're the hero of the story, of our own story, right? At least we're hope we're the hero. And it's about a new beginning, right? Aries is a new beginning. It's the beginning of the zodiac. It's the beginning of the astrological year, right? So it's like we have the whole year ahead of us. We're planting our seeds. We're doing what we have to do in order to survive this year of 2020, right? And then everything comes into focus, harvest time, Virgo season, right? We start to, we'll get there. Anyway, so so right now it's new beginnings, okay? New beginnings about what? Our relationships with ourselves, relationships with others, looking at things, again, like we talked about yesterday, under a different light, okay? And this connection with Chiron, again, squaring the nodes. So the sun is going to square the moon's nodes here over the next couple of days, right? Which direction do we go in? Do we and it's pointing to us to step outside of our comfort zone, right? To release old past karma, to not just stay limited and stay small, okay? Being caring, being nurturing, being open, being vulnerable, which can be difficult, right? We're in this unique time right now where being vulnerable and open is extremely important, as we need to connect with other people, right? We need to be our humble, authentic selves in order to connect with those other people, right? And we're at a time where it's difficult to connect physically with other people. I wish I was doing this with all of you every single day. I wish, we could all meet up at some point in time. And and to look, it's like, well, some of us are watching it at 9 p.m. at night, or 1 in the morning, or 3 in the afternoon, so it's like it's difficult for us all to get together at one space and one place and one time, so we have to use this technology right now. Saturn is about to enter that space of technology at midnight tonight, Eastern Standard Time. So my friends out in Los Angeles, San Francisco, this is going to happen for you at 9 p.m. So tonight, and my friends out there in Hawaii, it's also going to happen for you here today. And wherever you are in the world, right? So depending on where we're at, this is the last moment of Saturn here at the 29th degree before it breaks into its second home sign of Aquarius, where there's a bit more freedom. There's a bit, we're going to be looking at our relationships with other people. We're looking at the community. We're looking at using technology. We're looking at visions of the future, being visionaries to create our future. And Saturn wants to make it real. Saturn, the Lord of Karmas, wants to connect and solidify and make things very real. So in these last few hours, from Friday into Saturday of Saturn in Capricorn, this is the crux, the very, harsh degrees, again, where we make decisions. And we have to make decisions based upon logic, yet at the same time we have to follow the North Node here in being emotional. And we have so much energy saying, like, on one hand, yeah, it's important to be an emotional compass, right? As Mercury and the moon here are both trine to the North Node. Our intuition and our feelings themselves are our emotional compass, to be caring, to be nurturing, to let go of old karmic debt, okay? This is really important, letting go of old karmic debt right now. letting go of older quantum entanglements, because there's something new on the horizon that is amazing, all right? And something new is about to break through and make things very, very real. And it's going to happen quite rapidly, quite fast. And we should be really, really, really excited. Again, just the sun peeping out of Pisces. This is completion. We were completing something here. Mercury as well. We're tying up loose ends, and we're really going to kick things off come April. What I believe April 11th is when Mercury finally enters Aries as well, and it's just like it's go time. However that may be, in whichever way we choose to use this, right? Because we can still look at this current predicament, this current situation we're in, this more of a self-isolation, self-quarantine area, and the sun squaring the nodes is certainly showing that, right? Do I go out in the community? Do I go out and be part of society? Or do I stay in, to self-preservation? And a lot of us are leading to that self-preservation, for good cause and good reasons. It's understandable. Yet there's still this yearning. Well, where the moon is going to be in Pisces over the weekend, this is a really good time to do some inner work, right? To clearing that karmic debt, to clearing those quantum entanglements, to clearing up something of the past, something of blame, right? Blame or criticism, finger pointing, right? I love that. Every time you point your finger, you got 3 pointing right back at you. So saying you did this, it's like, well, I did this, I did this, I did this, right? So while we have the moon conjunct Mercury today, it's a great time for emotional intellect, emotional intuition coming in and freeing ourselves of things from the past, right? And this is going to be the next 2.5 days until Monday, when the moon pops into, we got a big new moon coming. I'm going to put a video out about that here shortly. So this new moon in Aries is extremely, extremely important, extremely valuable. And we need to do this clearing work first, and we need to look at the situation that we're in right now as a blessing, because it is. It absolutely is. And some of us are dealing with harder times than others, with health or with family. And this is still, and that's that's Pluto, like, not to make light of it, but like, we cannot escape death. It's the one inevitability in this life. And we all have to surrender and come to terms with that, right? We cannot escape death. It's the inevitability that we are guaranteed upon life itself, right? Now, that aside, each day is a blessing. Each day is an opportunity to create something, to do something great. And when we have this very unique time, this can shape us for a greater, better future for ourselves, for our community, for other people, right? And this last day of Saturn making decisions, before he's going to the store to get things done before he retrogrades back into Capricorn for a few months. This is an important time. So important decisions are being made. Important decisions are being cleared up. Things are being cleared up, right? Really, really, really powerful. And again, the moon and we'll come back to the chart here. The moon and Mercury creating the sextile to the south node. Okay, this is about clearing that older emotional stuff. It's the end. It's the end of that era right now, okay? New things are coming. Better things are coming. Our better relationships with ourselves and with other people are coming. And it's just a fantastic time right now to do the inner work, to figure out what our next steps are going to be. And that will be highlighted here on the Aries new moon coming up in a few days. All right. So have a fantastic weekend. I hope everyone's enjoying spring as much as they can. Go outside and dig your toes into the mud. All right. As always, thank you. I wish you enough of whatever's coming, of whatever it is, and we'll see you tomorrow.